Alright, I really hope this works tonight because normally I set aside Sundays to basically do nothing. However, I've decided to make an exception this time because I'm not going to be able to stream the next 2 Saturdays, and frankly, I want to finish this game. I am quite literally on the last level, as it were. And I know I'm on the last level, and it seems like OBS is actually cooperating with us today, so before it starts breaking, let's just jump right into it. We've got a Starforge to get into. Oh hey, there's everybody gathered below. How convenient. We've got a Starforge to get into. We've got a Bastila to deal with. We've got all sorts of crap on the docket. So let's go blow up a Starforge. Why is everybody in a hurry but me?
You're back, but where's Bastila? Is she alive? What happened inside that temple?
Bastila's fallen to the dark side. She fled to the Starforge.
The dark side? Bastila? No! No! How could that happen?
She was always in danger of being seduced by the dark side, Karth. Bastila was strong, but she was always impatient and headstrong. Malak preyed upon her weakness. This planet is a tainted place. The Starforge and the Temple have twisted the Force into an instrument of evil, just as Malak has twisted Bastila into a servant of the Sith.
Can't help but feel this is partly my fault.
In the end, we all choose our own path. But keep in mind the role that you played in her downfall. You and the task assigned to her by the Jedi Council. Remember the bond that was forged between you when she rekindled the spark that was your life. Through that bond, she touched your memories, and also the echo of the dark taint within you.
But there's still hope for her, right? I mean, Revan rejected the dark side, so Bastila could too, right? We still might be able to save her.
We can try. And we will.
I don't know what fate awaits us, but I sense Bastila still has a role to play in the events to come. I have no doubt she will be waiting for us on the Starforge.
No doubt. But let's go then before she has time to organize a bigger welcoming committee.
That's one way to put it. Oh, hey. Alright, with the ship parts, maybe able to repair the Ebon Hawk's hyperdrive. Alright, let's head back there. Neat. Alright.
Got something on your mind, dude? Oh.
How may I... What is it you would like to speak to me about?
It looks like that's just the end of it.
Statement. As
Yes, what's it? You got...
Yeah, it looks like that really is just the end.
Hey there. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that really is just the end of the conversations, isn't it? So, with that in mind, let's get up there. Actually, just in case it doesn't make an autosave, let's do this. Huh. My screen, my desktop decided to go all kinds of wonky. Well, my monitor anyway, but it looks like OBS is still fine, such as it is.
The Republic fleet must have gotten the message I sent as we were crashing into that planet. I'm picking up a transmission from them now.
This is Admiral.
Shut up. I need to fix things.
400 Donna to the Ebon Hawk. Do you read us?
Admiral Dodonna, this is Karth Onasi. We're receiving your transmission.
Karth, I'm glad to see you're still alive. We've begun our assault on the Starforge, but we're taking heavy losses. How did the Sith ever manage to build something of this scope?
The Starforge wasn't constructed by the Sith, Admiral. We don't have time for me to fully explain it, but that space station is far older than you can imagine.
Maybe we should pull the fleet back and retreat. I don't know if we have the firepower to go up against this alien technology.
You can't do that, Admiral. The Starforge is a factory of immense power. It's been churning out the capital ships, snub fighters, and assault droids that have powered the Sith war effort. You have to destroy the Starforge now, or you'll be fighting an unending wave of reinforcements.
Then I guess we have no choice. But it isn't going to be easy. I can't even get our capital ships into position to start bombarding the Starforge. The Sith fleet is too well organized. It's like they can guess our every move and counter our every strategy.
It's because of Bastila, Admiral. She turned to the dark side and became Malak's apprentice. We suspect she's somewhere on that space station right now, using her battle meditation against you and your fleet.
This is Master Vandor. A number of Jedi Knights have joined our fleet under his command.
If Bastila is using her power to augment the Sith, then Malak's fleet is invincible. Our only hope is to somehow stop Bastila from using her battle meditation.
How can we do that if she's on the space station?
I will send a squadron of Jedi Knights to the Starforge to find Bastila. Their small ships will be able to fly through the Sith blockade and dock on the space station. If they can find Bastila, they may be able to distract her attention from the battle overhead. That should allow you to move your capital ships into position for a final assault on the Starforge itself.
I hate to ask this after all you've done, Kurth, but the Jedi may need all the help they can get.
Don't worry, Admiral. The Ebon Hawk and her crew are gonna see this through to the end.
And may the Force be with you.
Alrighty. And of course it goes to my... God. Of course it starts going crazy the moment I have to switch between cutscenes and whatnot. Here we go. Okay.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
This really is the last leg then. Alright, so who should I bring along with me? Should I let it be all Jedi, or should I bring along someone else just to be on the safe side? Problem is, I don't know if I'll be able to call on anyone else once I get further in. As having someone with awareness will be good. Not sure I necessarily need Jolee at this point, given that Juhani's got stasis field and I've got force. So I think it's just gonna be Juhani and Karth then.
You made it. Several Jedi have already gone ahead into the Starforge. We have to strike while we still have the element of surprise. If we don't stop Bastila from using her battle meditation, the entire Republic fleet will be wiped out! Come on, before they...
Before they find us?
Damn! So much for catching them unprepared.
They do have battle meditation.
We'll deal with these Sith. You get into the Starforge and find Bastila. Hurry!
Let's at least get this one off of you. Let's go! And while we're here... Alright, that'll have to do. Oh, Karth can level up? Oh right, we did have party members level up recently, so that makes sense. Let's try this.
Ready?
We don't want the Sith to cut off our escape route. We'll stay here and hold this docking bay. You get in there and find Bastila.
Got it. Alright, into the belly of the beast. No freaking pressure. I honestly have no idea how this is gonna play out. As I don't have very many memories of how things transpire once that we're in the Starforge. I only remember sealed off.
Lord Malak, a team of Jedi have penetrated our defenses. Their fighters have landed on the Starforge.
This is not unexpected. The Jedi are formidable opponents. Send the Starforge's battle droids to deal with them.
Lord Malak, forgive me, but how can mere droids be a match for the Jedi?
You underestimate the power of the Starforge's droid army. Dispatch the droids.
Of course, Lord Malak.
Maybe I should have brought Jolie along, because I'm pretty sure he's the only one that knows
The Jedi have
destroyed
invaded the
droids.
Starforge. Destroy them. Destroy them all.
Actually, I wonder if I can swap people in and out. Oh, no time now! Okay. Keep knocking him down.
That is what a Jedi can do.
Already down. How'd you like that? Gotta love AoE. Anything good on him? Computer spikes. Grenades. That's surprising. And the game started to stutter. Another computer spike. Doesn't seem to be any on the other one. Okay. Are you gonna be like this all night? Better not be. Crap. Okay. Let's see. Close. I want one Discord. Alright. Let's hope that's good. Let's see. The only one who took damage was Carter, so should only need that one. Or at least enough damage to be noticed. Now we get to scour the place. Oh jeez. Stun.
What?
Well, no reason to hold back now. Plasma grenade him.
Yes?
I will be your doom!
Nice. Alright, that's that taken care of. Alright, can't get over to that side. Actually, here's my next question. Okay. No going back. This is just the team now. What's that supposed to be for?
What is it?
Time to rumble!
Sucker. Alright, nothing on these corpses. Alright, take the lead, you. Oh, look, more. Actually, your Force Whirlwind seems... Oh, and they saved. Never mind. How about someone who has a little less... How about someone who's a little more potent?
That is what a Jedi can do.
There we go. Alright, nothing interesting. Huh, more Jedi up ahead. Let's get up there. Actually, I know how to get up there quickly. Then we'll just start. Gonna mandate it,
More victims for us to slaughter.
And of course, because I ran ahead, that means I'm probably target number 1. Augment your defense. Start knocking them over. Keep knocking them over. Alright. We've been weakened, we'll die. Hey Karth, care to shoot that one?
What?
Thank you. I'm glad I brought a gunner along. Alright, and those remains left. Okay. Wonder if there's anything over this way. May as well be thorough while I'm here. Besides, I get the feeling I'll need all the experience I can get. Doors locked and will not open. Huh. Wonder if I can open it from the other direction. Or if I've just gone to a point of no return. It probably is the same both directions, but I am curious, so I may as well just abuse master speed and see what happens. I'm pretty sure it won't allow me back given the circles. Wait, those helmets look like standard Republic soldiers. That's weird. I would have thought there were only Jedi. Now, well, Karth is with us, but then again, crew of the Ebon Hawk. So, who knows? Still, I'm surprised that that way's barred. Thank you, haste spell. And thank you that fatigue doesn't exist in this game. Thank you that fatigue doesn't exist in this game. As expected, have to go move this way. Alright, start spamming.
Ha! That is what a Jedi can do.
Anything on the remains? Oh, looks like Karth didn't keep up. I get the feeling I'm gonna pay for that later, but for now. Well, actually, what is our character level now that I think? So, experience... Did I reach max level? Oh wait, yeah, 20 is standard, is typically max level, so the only thing I'd be doing is bolstering my allies a little bit. Huh. This is D&D gameplay, so yeah, I've maxed my level. What's that beam? That meant to take away something. Well, actually, there is another purpose for doing this. It's possible that these droids will have something else that we can... Oh, let there. Oh, door's locked and will not open. Okay. Oh, hi, Karth. And he's getting stuck on terrain. I get the feeling that even rushing through an objective is gonna be a problem, but you know what? He will eventually catch up. The pathfinding isn't that atrocious. So in that case, let's take a look. So we've got two different directions that we can move in. Can't go back for help at this point, so we'll have to just make do with what Karth, Juhani, and Revan are capable of. Which unfortunately means we won't be able to do a whole lot in the way of hacking, apart from with what we do possess in that regard. May as well not keep abusing. I don't know, just in case we run into more. So, let's go see what we can find out in a few other directions. Alright, Sith on both sides, most likely. Nothing that little force wave can't solve! Bam! This is so cheap. This is so incredibly cheap. West. I'm assuming we'll see something similar on the other side. I just realized how derpy the animation looks when you speed it up. Alright, Karth is making his way back, but he's taking his sweet time getting back. Alright, so two on this side as well. Can't quite remember what all lies in each. I just need to be sure not to go too far in either direction, because I'm pretty sure once that I run into Bastila. Here to join us, Juhani? No, that should not be able to do that much damage. Alright, deck 2.
Ready?
Alright, Karth, you are the bottleneck right now. Yeah, it's too bad you can't give force speed to other people. Then again, that would be busted. That would be incredibly busted. Still, here we are. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, is there anything that I can do to improve Karth's weapon? That Karth's blaster. And this is fits in the pistol. Doesn't look like it. Alright, there's Juhani, but where's Revan? Revan's really stuck. Okay. Good thing we're moving on to the next area then. Oh hey, I didn't even think to look on the remains. Yeah, let's check the remains of the other side then. Wait, why is the combat music still going? Because we took out all the Dark Jedi in this area. But, man, what do I know? What do I know? Well, I guess if I really wanted to improve Karth's nonsense, I'd be better off... Yeah, I definitely didn't check the reports on these guys. If I wanted to improve Karth, I probably should focus on the visor and any implants I can give him, because I'm pretty sure I gave him the ability to use that. Oh yeah, I already did. There we go. That'll help a little bit. Now, let's get moving. Let's actually progress the story. Let's see, deck 2 in both cases, so presumably... There's... Oh, what's this?
Why have you disturbed me?
I have news, Lord Malak, about the Jedi.
Ah, the Jedi. Did my droids pass their test? Did they destroy our enemies?
No, Lord Malak. The droids could not stop them.
Strange. I did not think there were any among the Order who could survive an attack by an army of the Starforge's battle droids.
It was Revan, Lord Malak. Your old master is with the Jedi here on the Starforge.
Yes, that would explain why the droids failed. Revan was always strong in the Force. Very well. Send out all available troops, the apprentices as well.
Do you think they can stop Revan, Lord Malak?
Of course not. But they will slow Revan down. That will give me the time I need to fully prepare the Starforge's defenses. I am curious to see the true extent of this space station's capabilities. One as powerful as my old master will make an interesting test subject.
I love how matter-of-fact he is about that. Oh yeah, Revan, he took down these serious assault droids. Okay, let's just send all the troops we have at our disposal. This will clearly not work. Oh no, you don't.
Before the Jedi
You will die. Oh, you actually hurt me. Congratulations.
Like that?
All right, time to rush him.
How you like that?
Oh no, you don't. Alright. Remains on the Jedi as expected. Well, Dark Jedi as expected. Oh, they're sending more! How precious. Hey you! I have a message for you. Force wave!
That
Man, it is a never-ending stream. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. It should not be this easy to. Oh, look, more. Okay, now it's starting to get a little more difficult.
What is it?
I heard, I bet. Yes?
Oh, hey, I might actually be running low on stuff. Hey, stop that. I need you, Hani, alive.
How'd you like that?
Fourth wave.
For the Republic!
Wonder how many they're gonna throw at me. Sam's gonna actually run low on stuff. Hey, don't do that. I need him alive.
How'd you like that? You
Hey, you were supposed to be stunned by that, you scum. Okay. Lock her down. Stop resisting!
How'd you like that?
Oh jeez, there's more?
Sure.
Oh crap, and we're out of course. Well,
It's what a Jedi can do.
how about you stop throwing sabers around and let me murder you?
You asked for this!
What is
We're
it?
running low on
I
force
heard, I
points.
bet.
Okay. Karth, you need to start hitting him. What?
Yes?
Or else we're gonna be in trouble.
What is it?
Keep yourself alive.
I heard, I bet.
God, it never ends. Yeah, okay. Oh, thank. Oh, it's not freaking over! Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try opening that door and seeing what happens. I don't think that's working.
Sure.
Okay, you know what? Get some distance and throw a blast grenade. Or just get right up next to him. Ah, crap. Crap, it's about to go down. Have a grenade. I may have to cheese this.
Your wish?
Well, that's game over. Will that stop him? No, of course not. Except it actually will. That was a lot. Okay. I'm thinking in order to survive this, I might have to actually use everything at my disposal. How dare this game force me to do that? How freaking dare this game force me to use everything at my bloody disposal? Alright, let's watch Malak walk off. Okay, so now that I know that that overwhelming attack is going to be showing up. Okay.
What is it? Yes?
Uh-huh. What?
Alright, I'll have to be more diligent about how I use it. So keep the grapple roll only to what's necessary. Keep them off your back. What's necessary, keep them off your back. Did I get slowed?
Your wish?
Alright. Okay, real quick.
Sure.
You asked for
Now it's
this!
starting to get bad.
What is it?
Stop
I heard,
it!
I bet. Sure.
You asked for this!
Your Yes?
Let's go!
Sure.
Down you go!
Yes?
I don't know what your deal was, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, stasis.
I heard, I bet.
And it only applied to the one that didn't bloody matter.
Sure.
I'm trying to remember how long this lasts.
You asked for this!
No poison today. Alright. Stop resisting everything I told you.
Sure.
I said stop. Alright, cheese. Alright, you need to stasis.
What is it?
Still stuck. Alright, got one. That should be enough to buy us time.
What is it? That! It was a Jedi. And you.
Alright, good. Is that one down?
That is what I can do.
Did we do it? Did we make it through
Your
the
wish?
horrors? Alright. Whew! That was chaotic. That was incredibly chaotic, holy... Whew! I don't remember it being that intense. Life support packs, jeez. They knew we'd need everything. They knew we'd need everything. Alright, one last heal. Wonder if I get anything special from this direction. Or maybe I'll just spawn another horde to deal with when I have 0 force points. This probably just loops back, but I do want to be thorough. Yep, just loops back. God, that was a lot. Oh man, oh man. Maybe I should have brought Jolie along, although... I don't know, cards got pretty good... Well, if there weren't so many Dark Jedi cards, would be more useful. Oh crap, we spawned more! Oh, stop it!
What?
Back the hell off!
What is it?
You asked for this!
Ooh, go for the stun.
How'd you like that?
Alright, do that. And then target the yeah, these saber throws are getting really annoying.
That is what a Jedi. That is what a
How'd you like
Jedi
that?
do. What is it?
Activate this. Crap, you're dead.
Yes?
Okay, you know what? Can't stop. You at least get a grenade throw off before they move.
Sure.
Revan, stop being useless. Okay, you better equip some... Alright, you better equip something more powerful. What could I throw it? Ooh, that'll work.
You asked for this! You asked!
Sure.
You may not have the force, but what you do have... the ability to hurt people.
Oh!
It's long enough for over the knee to finish him off. Are you going to use this or not? It's not working. Not on all of them. Or not enough of them, I should say. Actually, I may still be able to cheese this. Use one of the life support packs. All they've got are if all we have to worry about is blaster fire. And when the blaster fire is so easily dealt with as that, squad recovery still. What's that do? Ooh. That gets everyone back on their feet.
What is it?
Uh-huh. Unfortunately, very... Oh! Alright, that's Garth back down. That's Jolie back... not Jolie, Giovanni back down. Oh, stop it! Alright, definitely moving out of the way of that garbage. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing this. Yep. Okay. At least I was able to make it through part of the wave, so what I'll do is I'll just lurk until I've got all my force points back, and then I should be able to take on whatever they want to throw at me. Although given the circumstances, I suspect that Karth isn't going to need this as much as we are. Yeah, let's keep one Verpine prototype. Yeah, we'll keep the Verpine prototype shields unequipped just in case I need to use them. And versus Sonic? Nothing useful in there. Will saves? That'll be helpful. Alright, that should help. That should help.
Yes?
Now we just gotta wait for force points to come back up. So, how do I want to deal with this? I know that that horde is going to be coming then. Although, whether it spawned because we decided to move in one direction or whether it spawned for other reasons, I'm not entirely sure.
Yes?
So we know that going backwards doesn't seem to garner us anything. So, we want to deal with this. Well, I guess first things first, we need to figure out what triggers that. With any luck, it's nothing too important. And I can just... With any luck, it was just triggered by going back over that way. And if so, then in theory, all we have to do to avoid it is just not go back up there. So, I think that's probably good enough. Let's see if it was triggered by moving in this direction, or if I'm gonna have to deal with more bullshit. Knowing my luck, it was probably just triggered by going up there and then doubling back. Yep, doesn't seem to be anyone spawning in. So we just have those turrets to deal with. Whee!
Yes.
Wait, you cast slow on me. Dark Jedi. Reverse it with speed. That's still targets, so just go at it.
What?
Actually, you know what? Don't target that one. Target that one. Juhani can hold off.
Ready?
Juhani can hold off the ship usually. But while I'm thinking about it, disengage. Use that.
What?
Then murder. Wait, what the hell is?
What is it?
What's causing that? Stop saving! Whoa. Revan actually went down? That I didn't expect. Oh crap, did I quick save before stepping out? Okay, good, I did. Alright, that helps. Alright, so knowing that, it seems that the best course of action would be to avoid the turrets for now. Oh, I wish I could go back for Jolie. So, we'll focus our efforts on the
Your wish?
Oh, thanks,
Sure.
Giovanni. You're very helpful. Actually, I knew I was getting into combat. Why didn't I adequately prepare?
What is it?
Wait, how did you get here?
What?
Okay, you need to find this.
That is what the Jedi can do.
Okay, so they're spawning Sith troopers in over there. You know what? I'd rather we be
Ready.
so let's get everyone together in that group. Oh jeez, Revan's taking a lot of damage.
Yes?
Yourself.
Your wish?
At least the force speed is still kicking in. Jump in. Alright, now we've got enemies behind us. Jump in to draw fire. Given that you've still got force speed. Never mind, you're not going to be able to take it out.
Sure.
How about you just stop a little bit?
Ready?
You will fall!
Jeez, Revan.
What?
You know how to get around. Is that all of them? Alright, spamming him.
Your wish?
Plenty of remains. Let's go ahead and see to that. Start this out. So where's this lead? You know what? We'll see to the remains first. Oh, you're not done with us yet, huh? That's a joke. Oh, that's a joke. You think you're a threat.
How you like that?
Oh, and I guess we're fighting those now. Thanks, Revan.
What is it?
What?
Oh crap, Sith.
That is what the Jedi.
What?
Down you go!
Back down. Get her back down. Hey, don't do that. Only I'm allowed to do that. Stop it.
What is it?
Alright, we aren't being attacked from the other side, are we? No. Good.
What?
That hurt.
Yes?
Alright, stop it. Alright, we're just gonna sit there.
What?
Alright. Disengage.
Yes.
Your next move is Force Speed. Ethan Stasis Field. Revan?
What?
Force Wave.
Time to rumble!
Reprieve. So these guys. God, this is a lot. I'm not even sure how this will be useful. Then again, given what I know is to come, I do not expect the fights against Bastila and Malik to be easy. Not in the slightest. Whee!
Your wish?
What?
That is what a Jedi. I will be your doom! You will fall!
Alright, they will all die. Nice and easy. What's in there? Nice cylinder. Oh, look, Sith Trooper. A few plasma grenades, that could be useful. Now, die. Alright, there's a lot of Sith Troopers in with that, so let's prepare adequately.
You asked for this!
Jump on that one. Playing leapfrog, Giovanni. Why are you so awesome? Alright, that takes us to an elevator. Does this other door lead to anything interesting? Guess we'll find out. Whew. Anything interesting in this cylinder over here? Is there a cylinder over here? No. Disappointing. So where's this lead to? Not an elevator. Hey! Did I say you could act against me? No, I really should have just assumed that there would be trouble.
Let's go!
What?
What?
How'd you like that?
Down you go. Replicator pin. What's that supposed to do? Starforge defense is disengaged. Huh. Interesting. Do a kind of light battle armor against this. Anything else? Now it looks like they all do the same thing. So what are these customized Jedi robes? Wait, is that? Wisdom +5, holy crap. How does that make my wisdom score? Holy crap! I'm thinking this circlet of Suresh doesn't help me anymore. Oh, that's where that outfit comes from. Oh, Come the hell on! Hey! Well, I guess I gotta show up to someone. Look at it! All shall love me and despair. Where's the helmet? I'm pretty sure this is the accompanying helmet. Also, that reminds me. Guess we can have you unequip this. Then, huh, it actually is somewhat cumulative. Not in combat, what do you want about? I'm not in combat. Show me the enemy that we are fighting and I will believe you. Oh, hi, enemies! Ask and ye shall receive. Guess in that case, I better put this back on since it actually does seem to have an effect. You asked for this!
Yes?
That hurt, I bet.
Stop.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
You guys are really starting to bother me.
Sure.
Oh hey! I have literally gotten everything I can from leveling now. Also, Juhani, you need speed.
Your wish?
Now time to start leapfrogging. One distance running up to people already. Yeah, that works, I guess. Not hurt, I bet.
Yes?
Also, you need master speed.
Yes?
Yeah.
How'd you like that?
Stop it. Why are there so many enemies all the time? Okay, activate this. I like living. You do the same with your duel.
How'd you like that? How'd you like
that? That ends up being the end of the wave. I'm gonna be so mad. That's the end of the wave, isn't it? Well, that was great.
Yes?
Well, to be fair, I've got a lot of uses for that, so it's not the biggest deal, but I'm mad. Alright, next, we will level up everybody. Alright, literally the last level. Stacks. Powers. Oh yes, do that. But it looks like there is a multiplicative effect in play to prevent me from just gaining 20 points, well, just having that much wisdom at once. Although I'm curious, can I make it again? I don't think that actually has a concrete benefit to me. I can't technically make it again. And more than one person equip it. Yes, actually.
What?
Your wish?
Looking good. May as well then. Seems to be the most powerful armor we have. Seems to be the most powerful Jedi armor in the game, at least for a light side user.
Yes?
Okay. Now that we have Juhani stealing my look, let's go get into some trouble. I wonder if the helmet's around somewhere. Knowing my luck, probably not, but we'll see. For now, though... The look looks like I could have done it a third time if I really wanted to, but I'm not sure that it would really have much of a benefit for Karth. Seems to be fine with what he's got. Because there were 3 slots, so presumably I could do it 3 times. Either way, let's move on up. And center.
Master, why have you summoned me? Without my battle meditation, there is a chance the Republic capital ships could break through and attack the Starforge itself.
This will not take long, Bastila. You will be able to resume your battle meditation soon enough. I only wanted you to know that Revan is here on the Starforge.
Revan? But...
The Force is bringing us towards a confrontation with my old master. The Starforge has drawn our enemies together, so they may all die in a single, glorious day. You must kill Revan to prove yourself worthy of being my apprentice, Bastila. You must finish what began in the Rakatan Temple.
Yes, Lord Malak.
I sense your fear, Bastila, but it is unfounded. The power of the Starforge will feed the dark side within you. It will give you the strength you need to defeat my old master. Stay here in the command center while you use your battle meditation against the Republic fleet. Revan will find you here in due time. It is inevitable.
Of course, Master. I will not fail you again.
I guess that's where we're headed.
Perhaps you will triumph, Bastila. But even if you fail, it will give me the time I need to complete my preparations of the station's defenses. And then we shall see if Revan can stand against the full fury of the Starforge.
No pressure. Hey, the shields are still active. Oh, nice of them. Not for long, though. Alright. Troopers on all sides. Alright, start as you know how best. If you can still jump to them.
Your wish?
Yeah, they're actually deploying shields this time. Doesn't seem to be a clear way that they can spawn troops in from this direction. We just gotta get Juhani. Or maybe that's just gonna be it. Oh, nope, that is definitely not it. Although if it's just gonna be weak Sith.
You will fall!
Oh, nope, they're actually throwing Jedi. They're actually throwing our Jedi. Okay. Have this! Oh, hey, they actually did spawn enemies in. Here they are. I don't think that's how that was supposed to work. Stop it! Oh, wow, you gave him an absolute time to run. You asked for this! Sure. You better put this on.
Your wish?
That hurt. They really can just spawn him in. That's bullshit.
Yes?
You asked for this. Hey, where's Karth?
What?
I think he needs to move. Alright, Juhani.
Yes?
Stop wasting time. Like that! That's...
Yes?
You disengage. Ask for this. Come on. It's like they're suppressing my force powers somehow. Well, time to rumble. wait.
Let's go!
Is it because of the... Try again.
You asked for this!
God, that adhesive grenade is really starting to bug me.
Your wish?
Well, if Revan's gonna be stuck, you may as well just throw frag grenades then. Actually, do this. Then jump back in.
How'd you like that?
Actually, since you can... Yeah, master speed. Then start smacking.
Yes?
Oh, crap. Revan's down. Both cards things.
Yes.
Luckily, Giovanni should be able to short triggers.
What?
Die. I said die. Instant. There we go. Please tell me that's the end. Please tell me that's the bloody end. Whew, that was a lot. Oh geez, it froze. Oh, did it actually freeze throughout that entire last bit of that fight? Okay, short version. Karth went down. Things went crazy. Okay, so... Let's see if we can fix it doing this. I'll need to buy time anyway, so... Yeah, it's still frozen. Oh. No, it looks like it's just in the stuttering phase. Well,
Sure.
I need to spam here anyway so that I can move
Your
on, so I'm not
wish?
gonna worry about it just yet.
Sure.
Your wish?
Yes?
The feeling? Alright, that should do. Whew. We're getting there. Apparently we're not getting there. Crap. Joe. Turn off Discord after all. Alright, I think we're good. If we get attacked again, I may need to stop and let the force powers recharge. At least for now. Ooh. Huh. Another thing. Get the feeling that's the way forward. So I don't see any other doorway. So let's go see what's on the other end of this hall. Which probably is going to be ambushed. Nice. Oh look! Enemies! Well, now that I know they're coming, I can actually prepare in advance.
Yes.
Sure.
Probably shouldn't have done that, just in case I give myself a more difficult situation. But we shall see how it turns out.
How'd you like that?
I think it's good, and then...
You asked for this!
I know we went back to the other side, though. What the hell is that run? Whee!
What is it?
Oops, wrong button. Alright, that was relatively straightforward. Honestly, I should probably be using these adhesive grenades more, but it's hard to time them right. it's real time to pause. And even then, a lot of these Dark Jedi know saber throws, so even then it wouldn't be very
Yes?
useful. Alright, everybody back up. Now, let's press on. Why am I getting battle music? How do I hear battle music? Oh, that's why. Let's get murdered. Did you on?
What is it?
And now we get attacked on the other side. Revan,
Sure.
deal with him.
Your wish?
Down you go!
Alright, so now that we've had this bunch approaching us from this direction, I suspect
You
we'll
asked
have
for this!
some approaching from the other direction too. Back off.
Here!
Yeah. Oh, yep. Of course.
Your wish?
Alright, get back in there.
Sure.
Wow,
you like that?
Walked up just to do that. Hey, stop hitting him. I need him alive. Only I'm allowed to tease him. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, let's just grab remains and move on. And of course, the game decides that now is the time to start freezing again. Crap. Well, at least I'm not in anything essential yet, but I get the feeling I'm about to hit. Honestly, I am very close to finding Bastila at this point. That much seems obvious. Although, hey, it looks like it's fixed itself. All it means is it's gonna break halfway through the next fight, and I'm gonna be too preoccupied to notice. Alright, same deal as before.
Your wish?
Oh, I'm gonna have to kill you all to get in, huh?
This.
Oh, and of course it starts freezing. Let's try this.
Ha! How'd you like that?
Heard I.
That's an amusing still frame.
Bet?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you're just gonna sit there. Plasma grenade. And of course you don't sit there.
What?
Well, that's some of it. Okay. That seems to represent a discrete end to that nonsense. 3 guesses as to what exactly they were walling off.
Yes?
What?
Your wish?
Sure.
Alright, let's head in there. Here we are.
Revan, I knew you'd come for me.
I'll never give up on you, Bastila. I know you can still be saved.
You're wasting your time. I have seen the Jedi for what they are, weak and afraid. The Sith are the true masters of the Force. You've forgotten that lesson, Revan. Now you must pay the price. Here on the Starforge, the power of the dark side is at its strongest. This time, you will not defeat me.
No help from allies this time. Mano a mano. Alright, triggering won't work. Okay. Let's get him. Here!
I see now why Malak followed you. Even though you're only a shell of your former self, you're still a formidable opponent. I can't even imagine the power you must have wielded when you were the Dark Lord. You were a fool to give it all up and follow the light side.
I'm as strong in the light as I ever was following the dark.
The dark side has made me stronger than I ever was before. I have a greater command of the Force than all but the most powerful Jedi Masters. As Malak teaches me the greatest secrets of the Sith, I will unlock more of my potential. Eventually, there'll be no limit to what I can accomplish with the Force.
Malak will never let you become that powerful. It will kill you first.
Have you forgotten the ways of the Sith already, Revan? Eventually, I will challenge my master. If I am worthy, he will die by my hand, and I will become the new Sith Master. Then I will take on my own apprentice, and the cycle will begin again. This is the way of the Sith. It is how we assure our leaders are always the strongest and most worthy.
You're dooming yourself to an endless cycle of death and betrayal.
No, Revan. It is you who are doomed.
Unfortunately for you, I have something you don't. The ability to hurt you.
You are growing weary. I can sense it. Your strength falters. The light side is failing you while the power of the Starforge re-energizes me. Soon this will all be over.
I have not faltered, Bastila. You have been misled by the dark side.
The dark side will always triumph over the light. Malak has assured me of victory. You can't defeat me here on the Starforge. You can't.
Are you sure about that? Just to be on the safe side. Jeez! I don't think it'll be required, but just please.
This is not possible. You have rejected the dark side. You are a weak and pathetic servant of the light. How can you still stand against me? Why can't I defeat you?
Now you see the dark side is not stronger than the light.
Yes, I see you speak the truth. I am no match for you. Please, for the sake of what we once shared, do not make me suffer. End my life quickly. There is no other way.
I could never kill you, Bastila.
What other choice do you have? I have fallen to the dark side. I am the apprentice to the Dark Lord himself. You cannot let me live.
I was redeemed, Bastila. You can be too.
You were a special case. The Council had no other choice. They needed you alive so they could discover the location of the Starforge. It was an act of desperation. It was my responsibility to watch over you, to make sure you did not slip back into your evil ways. I was supposed to protect you from the dark side.
You did more than protect me, Bastila.
It's true I possess feelings for you. But was it only an illusion brought about by our bond? And what was the cost? Please, this is too painful. End it now, quickly. There is no other way.
Let's see if this one gets us anything interesting.
You love me. There was a time I yearned for, and yet dreaded to hear those words. I loved you too. But I could never face who you were. Malak knew how I felt. Any part of the light that was within me would be extinguished when I killed you. But what good is love? It cannot save me from the sea of blackness I am drowning in. I have betrayed everything I ever believed in. How can I atone for that?
Help us defeat the Sith, Bastila. This will atone for what you've done.
Yes, I could join you in your battle against the Dark Lord. That alone would not make up for all I have done. Yet it would be a step in the right direction. But how would you be able to trust me? How do you know I wouldn't turn on you when you faced Darth Malak? How do you know the dark side wouldn't make me betray you again?
Trust you enough to leave myself open to your attack, Bastila.
You play a dangerous game. Are you certain you wish to take this risk? I could end your life and gain Malak's favor with a single stroke of my lightsaber.
You won't, Bastila.
You were brave, and some would say foolish. But you were also right. The dark side has not wholly consumed me. I cannot raise my blade against you. You will go on to defeat Malak. Of this I have little doubt. You will have gone from being the Sith Lord himself to the savior of our galaxy. And you said you loved me. This may not be the best time to say it, but I love you too, with all my heart.
You aren't afraid to love anymore?
After this? No. Nothing could make me feel safer than to be loved by you. You should go. Malak awaits. This isn't over yet. For any of us. I should stay here, though. If we face Malak, I am afraid his dark presence will overwhelm me. It would not be wise to expose myself to such temptation.
You could use your battle meditation to aid the Republic fleet.
Yes, that would be for the best. You don't need me to defeat Malak anyway. Now I understand that a true Jedi is a match for any Sith, even the Dark Lord himself. I will stay here in this chamber and use my battle meditation to aid the Republic fleet. I am their only hope of destroying the Star Forge and ending the Sith menace. You must go and face Malak, but you have to hurry. Once I turn the battle in the Republic's favor, we won't have much time to escape the Star Forge before it's destroyed. Good luck, my love, and may the Force be with you.
Alrighty, and it goes to my desktop. Thank you for letting me know what I need to do. Okay, fine, I'll keep it here. Silly game.
There. A break in the Sith formations. Green Squadron, move in.
Green Squadron moving in.
Are you gonna do this all night, game?
Green Squadron's through. We've broken their lines.
Bastila is no longer using her battle meditation against us. The tide has turned.
Red Squadron, into the breach. Capital ships, reinforce their position. The Sith fleet is in disarray. Now's our chance. Hit that Star Forge with everything we've got.
Alrighty. So, now we just need to defeat Malak before everybody blows up. Oh shoot, did I hit... Oh. Damn it, I hit quick load instead of quick save. And my autosave takes me back to deck 1. Well, shit! Okay. I should be able to speed my way back through that now that I know what's coming. Oh god, that's the wrong button! Damn it! Oh, that's really bad. Okay, we're gonna speed through this. Crap! Oh, that was the wrong button. That was the wrong button. God, that is so frustrating. Oh well, at least, as it turns out, it's actually really easy to take Bastila down. I did not expect it to be that bloody easy, but I will not say no. Having my life made easy on me. So, Master Speed, then Master Power Attack.
I see now. Have you...
Alright, Master Speed. Oh wait, if I cycle through this quickly, then my speed won't deteriorate. No. Boom!
It was... But what... But... You will... And you should... I should... Yeah, I will stay. You must... Good luck.
Alright, and we just click our way through apparently everything. Come on. And then I can hopefully fix up
There,
game
a
capture.
break in the Sith formations. Green Squadron, move in.
Green Squadron moving in.
Okay. I just need to click through this. Shut up. Why are you like this game? Back to normal. Heck, I'm not worried about naming.
I will stay here in this chamber and use my battle meditation to aid the Republic fleet. I am their only hope of destroying the Starforge and ending the Sith menace. You must go and face Malak, but you have to hurry. Once I turn the battle in the Republic's favor, we won't have much time to escape the Starforge before it's destroyed. Good luck, my love, and may the Force be with you.
Hey, can you give me my friends back? Locked. Doors held closed by some great power and cannot be opened. Alright. About to reach the apex. And of course it decides to stutter. Well, hell no. So 3 different doorways. Why are you like this game? And looks like... Okay, so there's a doorway over here that we can't access. That you can't see because... Stupid! So damn close! Don't make me put it into lazy display for the rest of the night. I will do it. It'll bug the hell out of me, but I'll do it. We're good. Terminal type B. Generator inactive. What's this supposed to be? Is this a... Did they finally throw a puzzle at me? Huh, I don't remember there being any sort of puzzle aspect. Type C. E's over there. E, F. I don't think they arranged it quite as probably should have. I remember there being any sort of puzzle solving. I wonder if... How's that gonna be relevant? Hi. How did you get all the way to where you reached Malak?
I tire of this game, Revan. You have been a thorn in my side from the moment I seized the mantle of Dark Lord from your feeble grasp. You made a mistake coming here, Revan. The Starforge fuels my command of the dark side. You are no match for me here, and this time you will not escape.
It's you who can't escape, Malak. Surrender and the Jedi might show you mercy.
Is that what you call it? You think stripping away your power and your identity was an act of mercy, Revan? I would rather die.
I was saved from the darkness, Malak. You can be too if you wished.
Spoken like a true slave of the Jedi Code. Save your preaching, Revan. I will have none of it. You are an insignificant speck beneath my notice. I have surpassed you in every way and accomplished what you never could. I have unleashed the full potential of this Rakatan factory. You had no idea of the power within this place. Its very walls are alive with dark side energies. And now, my old master, I will let the Starforge itself destroy you.
Oh boy. So... those are generations. Oh. Great. There's no puzzle solving. It's just a, hey, survive against all this crap. Luckily, they don't seem to be all. Are there any remains on them? That should help. I don't know how long this droid will last. Better fix up the remainder. Keep spawning more while this goes on. Don't have enough spikes. Damn it. So I guess I need to destroy... So I guess for every kind of droid I destroy, I get another spike. So this is a Type B droid. Presumably that means I get more Type C. Luckily, the droid seems to be doing a whole lot of damage. And I do not have time to waste on messing with Okay, I just need 3 to disable another one. That's not 3. Huh. You know what? Alright, they finally destroyed that. Okay, let's run around and see if I've got enough to spawn me another droid, and to deny one for them. Alright, so that one's already been dealt with. Not quite enough. Actually, that was the droid that I need to... Actually, yeah, that was not... Now I can do this. This is a more fun way to do it, so we're gonna do it this way. Focused on being fancy. I think I should probably just... Actually, if I'm pulling... Disengage, speed up. How many have you got? Alright, that helps. Let's go over here. Shut another one down. Oh wow, that's a lot. Disable it. Equal amount of experience, so it's purely up to me how I want to do it. Actually, given the circumstances, I've probably got enough from Type A to deal with this. Yep. Alright, disable. Got bomb. Real quick, just to be on the safe side. Alright, so now we've only got one left. Oh, no, anything? That's good. Man, these do not do a whole lot of damage to you. Oh, there's the other problem. Although, to be fair, they are durable, so if I get that speed, and a quick way to shred them. This one I should have enough to get most of it. Alright, 6. Alright, there's bound to be 2 ready to go with another. Alright, let's set it up. Alright, 4 spikes. Alright. Alright, I need 6 now. Disengage, master speed, get jump on him. 4. This one, it's just a matter of hashing this out, so. I just need to run over, grab the one from over here. Disable. Alright, this is the last one. There we go. And then you go down. Huh. It's not attacking it. Interesting. I guess they know at this point it's pointless to keep fighting, but still. Strange that. Either way, I guess now it's time to engage in the alt-tab game. Hope that it'll actually gonna bloody cooperate with me. Hang on. Alright, let's hope you actually remain intact, because we are officially in the end game. Why'd you give me a repair kit at this state? Alright. Strap in, boys. We're gonna be here a while, if I remember this correctly.
Well done, Revan. I was certain the defenses of the Starforge would destroy you. But I see there is more of your old self in you than I expected. You are stronger than I thought. Stronger than you ever were during your reign as the Dark Lord. I did not think that was possible.
The light side is stronger than you know, Malak.
I am tempted to try and capture you alive, Revan. Then I could break your will and bind you to me as my apprentice, as I did Bastila. You'll be a far greater asset to me than even Bastila and her battle meditation, if I could control you. But is it worth the risk? Perhaps you are too powerful to be my apprentice. I betrayed you when I realized my own strength was greater than yours. In time, you might try to do the same to me.
You're still making the mistake of underestimating me, Malak.
I cannot deny your resilience. You survived my first betrayal thanks to Bastila's interference. You escaped the destruction of Taris, and you escaped me on the Leviathan. You even survived my attempt to destroy you with the Starforge itself. Fate and destiny have conspired to keep you alive despite all my efforts. We have been inexorably pushed to this final confrontation, Revan. I see now that this can only be settled when one of us destroys the other. Once again, we shall face each other in single combat, and the victor will decide the fate of the galaxy.
No pressure. Alright. This on. And now we go to it. Jeez! Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna... You know what? I want to win this. I don't want to think too hard, so I'm just going to do that. Alright, this bullshit.
You continue to amaze me, Revan. If only you had been the one to uncover the true power of the Starforge, you might have become truly invincible. But you were a fool. All you saw was an enormous factory. All you ever imagined was an infinite fleet rolling forth to crush the Republic. You are blind, Revan. Blind and stupid.
Is there some point to this?
The Starforge is more than just a space station. In some ways, it is like a living creature. It hungers, and it can feed on the dark side that is within all of us. Look around you, Revan. See the bodies? You should recognize them from the Academy. These are Jedi who fell when I attacked Dantooine. For all intents and purposes, dead, except for one difference. I have not let them become one with the Force. Instead, I have brought them here. The Starforge corrupts what remains of their power and transfers the dark taint to me. You cannot beat me, Revan. Not here on the Starforge. Not when I can draw upon the power of all these Jedi. And once you are beaten, I will do the same to you. You will be trapped in a terrible existence between life and death. Your power feeding me as I conquer the galaxy.
So that's what I need to do next. Run! Do I not have a way of destroying it? Am I gonna have to use... Let's hope this works. Okay, I can use four. Okay, I can use that. Oh, leave me alone. I'm ruining your plan. Oh, stop it. I'm busy. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna cheese this. And of course it decides to go bad. Alright, I'm just gonna stay in this mode just to keep things safe. Well, just to be certain. Alright. Just need to go. Wait, that gives me extra horsepower. Although it seems that Malik is canceling out my force speed. Disengage, saber throw. Okay, how do I want to do this? Alright, activate this. That should buy me enough time to saber throw this. Then I'll force speed. Then the real fun begins. Oh, stop it. I want my master speed back. With any luck, you'll be too busy trying to hurt me. God, you hurt. How did literally every one of those miss?
Impossible. I cannot be beaten. I am the Dark Lord of the Sith.
This is the way of the dark side, Malik. All things end in death.
Still spouting the wisdom of the Jedi, I see. Maybe there is more truth in their code than I ever believed. I cannot help but wonder, Revan, what would have happened had our positions been reversed? What if fate had decreed I would be captured by the Jedi? Could I return to the light as you did? If you had not led me down the dark path in the first place, what destiny would I have found?
Okay, looks like we're about to. I'm sorry I started you down this path, but you chose to continue down it.
I suppose you speak the truth. I alone must accept responsibility for my fate. I wanted to be master of the Sith and ruler of the galaxy, but that destiny was not mine, Revan. It might have been yours, perhaps, but never mine. And in the end, as the darkness takes me, I am nothing.
It's over.
There you are. What happened?
Darth Malik is dead. It's over. Finally.
That's wonderful news. There's no time to celebrate just yet. I was able to use my battle meditation to allow the Republic to break through the Sith fleet. The capital's ships are in bombardment range.
And that means we all have to get out of here right now before this entire complex comes down around our ears. Everyone else is already on the ship. Let's move.
Alrighty, let's get out of here. Never did find that helmet. I wonder where it is. just keep it in lazy display just to be safe.
Admiral Dodonna, we've hit their main orbital stabilizers.
Everyone pull back. I don't want to lose any ships when that space station goes down. We did it, Vandar. The Sith are routed, and the Starforge destroyed.
But at what cost, Admiral? Where is the Ebon Hawk and her crew?
Oh, we're fine. Don't worry about us. Oh, or maybe you should worry about us if the game keeps alt-tabbing me.
Karth, you made it.
We couldn't let you start the victory party without us, Admiral.
I'm sending an honor guard to escort you in. You'll be getting a hero's welcome when we all get home.
Cooperate? Yes, it is. No, it's not.
You have defeated Malak, destroyed the Starforge, and broken the spirit of the Sith. For this, I am proud to present you each with the Cross of Glory, the highest honor the Republic can bestow. From Coruscant to the farthest reaches of the Outer Rims, you will be known as the saviors of the Republic.
On behalf of the Jedi Council, defenders of the galaxy, and sworn protectors of the Republic, I too would like to honor you for your actions. We Jedi now have another tale to weave into the grand history of our eternal order. The redemption of Revan, the prodigal knight. Wherever you go, you will be recognized as the saviors of the galaxy, the heroes of our age. But you must remain ever vigilant, for one day you may be called upon yet again to defend the glory of the Republic against the tyranny of the dark side. For this is the destiny of the Jedi.
And that, as they say, is that, and welcome to the one part of the soundtrack that might actually get me Content ID flagged. For whatever reason, I can get away with playing the... What is it? For whatever reason, I can get away with playing this game's soundtrack all the live long day, and I've used it in the backdrop of almost all of my all of my Star Wars reviews. But, for whatever reason, I use the John Williams score even a little bit, and it throws a hissy fit. I don't know why, and it's really frustrating. But either way, that, as they say, is that. So is the game capture actually going to work with me? Well, now it starts working the moment that it goes to credits. Oh man. At least I was able to make it through and find out definitively that I never want to deal with this bullshit again. I mean, it is really nice to revisit the game, but OBS just did not want to cooperate with this thing at all, and I do not know why. It just seems so random as to when it did and didn't want to work. Honestly, what I really should have done in hindsight is I should have just... Oh look, it actually did get stuck on the credits still. Alright, I'll just keep it over here. What I should have done is I should have kept it as that window, but what I should have done is I should have put, I guess, some window dressing on it, for lack of a better phrase. So, if I were willing to turn on my webcam, I might have been able to just put it in one corner and then gussy it up a little bit, because this is 1280 by 1024, so I've got a bit of space to work with on the other side if I really want to work with it. Then I don't have to worry about it, and when it comes time to actually put the video out, I just carve off a section and call it good. But the fact that I didn't, well, here we are. So, no matter, I suppose. All that matters now is that it is done. So, yeah. forgot how well written this game was. Definitely shows its age when it comes to the character models, and when it comes to some of the eccentricities of old-school CRPGs. And honestly, in terms of those RPGs, even then it's got a few problems here and there, based on the fact that you can't easily queue orders together between different characters, especially since said orders get reset if you're dealing with a lot of enemies, because, funnily enough, it felt like dealing with those groups of enemies was actually, unironically, more difficult to deal with than it was to deal with Bastila and Malik at the end. Because, up to a point, there's only so much that you can force wave and stasis field everything because of enemy resistances, although I'm curious to see how that would have worked if I had brought Juhani along. Although now that I think of it, how does that play out in the dark side? Because the problem is that you lose most of your party if you go dark side once you get to that point, because not everyone's going to agree with you going over to the dark side, so I'm pretty sure, I can't remember exactly how Bastila works out, because I know that you basically join up with her and you end up killing half your team because of it. But after that point, I don't know how the Starforge plays out. There's a lot that I don't know about how it plays out. But either way, we shall see. Well, I shall see on my own time. As for what to expect, I don't intend to stream this again. I'm probably gonna take up the Saturday afternoon stream with someone else, but I'll talk more in detail about that later. So, here we are. It was a lot of fun. I'm just trying to think, what other eccentricities are there to talk about with respect to this game? Well, I think on top of not being able to easily queue orders, you've also got another problem with, well, which made it difficult for those larger battles. You also have problems where stealth doesn't seem to really work properly as a result. Because when you think about it, the problems that you run into is that you can't necessarily effectively position everyone else, because you can only realistically control one character at a time due to how it was constructed. And to be fair, given that this was also ported to, Given that this was also ported to Xbox, although actually is the PC version the port or is the Xbox version the port? I'll need to look that up. Because of that, because of needing to account for controllers, you realistically only can account for one, which means sneak attacks aren't nearly as useful, and it doesn't seem like you can effectively take advantage of it. Because I tried a little bit when we had Mission as a mandated character, but the problem is that it seems that you only can go so far away from the rest of your party and still make that work, and then you're hoping that the shot actually lands, which no guarantee of that. So maybe if I had Mission focus on maybe a Vibroblade build instead of a Blaster build, it might have worked, because she does have her own Vibroblade, but at the same time, then you have to run away like tiny baby Twi'lek, and then let the big boys come in and be meat shields, whether it be Zalbar, Revan, or someone else. But either way, that was... I'd forgotten how well written the game was, though. It was very well acted, too. I mean, some of the background characters have problems, and it has some of the hallmarks of... Well, I'll talk about that later, because some of the story points I could criticize, because I didn't mention it when we actually ran into it in the temple, but I'm thinking, hang on. So, the Rakatans sabotage their maps, and why not outright destroy them? Because then there's absolutely no chance of finding it. Unless you want... Because the only thing that I could theoretically see for that is that, hey, we want our enemies to know that we have this incredible power, but we want to basically give them a raspberry and say, hey, you're not allowed to have this. So, I don't know. I feel like to some extent there are world-building issues like that that I think I'd only discover after going through the game a couple times and maybe mulling over it a little bit. So, either way, I will need to discuss exactly how that's going to play out. But, well, or think about how exactly I want to discuss that. But for now, that is going to be the end of our KOTOR live streams. So, I guess now that we're at this point, I should probably give an up. I just realized I muted my microphone. I am intelligent. But at this point, yeah, let's see. 1 second. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I had planned out what I was going to say for an update, and then I failed to properly bring up the right thing. So, I guess now that I've reached the end of this, I think it would make sense to actually give an update as to what to expect. So, as far as the main channel is concerned, I last week just put out the... Well, wow, that English. You really happened at this for a couple of hours. So, last week put out the Valkyria Chronicles review, and it seems to be doing alright given my normal videos. And to that end, the audio was a pain to get right this time, as per usual, though not just because there was so much I had to deal with this time, because a large part of it was, well, if it sounded like I was recording with more than one mic, that's because I was. The short version is that a friend needed a place to stay, and because of that, I needed to move my setup back into my bedroom instead of an office space I had set up, so there's no skin off my back. I'm glad to be able to do that for him, but at the same time, that also means that the condenser I was using doesn't work nearly as well in this room. You might be able to hear it because I'm using that mic right now. You get a bit of an echo or some sort of harsh sound in this room, either because it's bigger or the way it's shaped, but I don't know. I could probably get rid of it if I tried hard enough, if I soundproofed it, but even so, the amount of effort that would be required to set that up hasn't been worth it in my mind, so my thought was, okay, your friend has a dynamic mic, you can just borrow that for a while, get a handle on that. It'll probably be better long-term anyway, once that you are doing, well, in theory, if you ever get a chance to do things with your brother again, if you're ever in the same town. So, because of that, I figured, okay, I'll use this dynamic mic, but then he needed it back for something, and I still needed to record stuff, so I realized, okay, I should get my own mic. So, I get what I thought was the same model. Turns out it was only the same brand, though a similar model, so it is a good mic, but problem is, on top of getting a new microphone, I've also been experimenting with a different mic stand, so that meant that the tenor of the voice, even if it was the same, yeah, I'm not happy with how the audio turned out. I'm happy with the argumentation, but the audio quality, we'll see. Well, not that anyone has seemed to care. This is YouTube, so I guess I do technically get a pass because this isn't expected to be Hollywood quality, but still. So, perhaps I can complain a little bit about that, but in the meantime, at least the video is done, and I'm happy with the argumentation. The reception seems to have been good, so thank you all who watched it. So, as for what to expect over the next month, well, over the next few months, so at the start of the month I said that I would get out a video a month, and technically I've held to that, even if it did take a month and a half on the last one. And to be fair, 52 minutes on the final video, and I did get it out by the end of the month, so technically I'm following through on that. Though, looking at what I have on the docket for the remainder of the year, I should be able to follow through with that. So, to that end, the main thing that's going to keep occupying my time is the Halo review series, as per usual. And to that end, the 3 videos I have planned for this year are the remainder of the gameplay section. So I've got one video coming out this month in June for Halo 3, which is also going to bundle ODST into it. August is going to talk about Halo Reach, and November is going to be Halo 4. That should get the gameplay sections taken care of, so I can spend the next year talking about the story, which will hopefully be a far different. It's going to be a bit different than what I normally do for story sections. Although, actually, for what I'm planning on doing with the KOTOR video, maybe it'll be similar by the time we get to that point. Although, I'll talk about what I plan to do with the KOTOR video later. So, as for other things I've mentioned publicly, let's see. The main 2 things are the 2 RPGs on the docket. And no, KOTOR isn't the one I'm thinking of, or one of them. That's a separate thing. Towards the end of last year, I told myself, I basically put out a poll saying, hey, I haven't done a Through the Looking Glass review in a while, and to be fair, that was because it took me 8 months to get a Fire Emblem Three Houses review that lasted 2.5 hours together, but then throughout all of 2019, I kept finding myself pulled away by modern games, whether it be Stardew Valley, Wargroove, or the DLC for Three Houses, or Hades. So because of that, I felt, okay, I need to just sit down and do a Through the Looking Glass review since I haven't done that in a while. So I said, hey, here's 4 RPGs/turn-based strategy games that I've been working on. Which one should I lead the year with? The winner was Icewind Dale 2. The second place was Valkyria Chronicles, because apparently there's a lot of weeps in my audience. How dare you? I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty much at that point already if I spend 3.5 hours talking about a Fire Emblem game, but we won't go there. Especially since the longest reviews of this year have been Japanese games. I really have no leg to stand on anymore. But be that as it may, on that list there were 2 other RPGs, and 2 very different kinds of RPGs at that. So one of them was The Witcher 2, the other was Final Fantasy VII. Unfortunately, given how I expect the year to go, I'm not sure if I'll have time to I'm not sure if I'll have time to hit both of them. And I'll talk about that once we get into Star Wars stuff, but the problem is that with what I've planned out, if literally anything else comes up that I'm desperate to cover, one of them's going to end up being thrown back. And so what I'm thinking of doing is, just to confirm which one I should work on next, I'll probably end up putting a poll out, and if I do, it'll be linked in the description, basically asking, hey, which of these 2, if I could only hit one this year, which should I focus on? And if I were to go based on the poll I did back in 2019, in theory, The Witcher 2 would have won out. The problem is that Final Fantasy VII is another weeb game, so part of me is curious as to whether it got fewer votes because there's genuinely less interest, or whether it's because the weeb vote went to Valkyria Chronicles. So because of that, I'm thinking it might be better to just hold off it might be better to put up a poll to see, okay, which of these exactly should I work on just in case things go awry. So that's the plan there. And with any luck, I'll be able to get at least 1 done, hopefully 2, but we shall see what else comes up. So, apart from that, before we move on to the Star Wars stuff, there is one last thing to discuss that I actually haven't mentioned publicly yet. I've actually played the game on my second channel, what I'm planning on mentioning here. The problem is that I'm not entirely sure working on this video is a good idea, but after Halo 3 is done, I'm going to be deviating a little bit from how I normally do reviews. And the reason for this is because this is a special case. To give some background, one of the games that I hold up as something that really influenced what I like about the video game industry was the original Diablo. And building on, yes, back then it had pretty much everything that I liked it from a video game, and even now it still really does define my taste in a lot of ways. Solid core gameplay loop, excellent atmosphere, replayable. It's got a lot of what I really like from the industry, and from video games in general. And then, since then, I've had stuff like Torchlight, which was my family's excuse to buy a Steam account, which then went from a family Steam account to my Steam account once I started putting way too many games on it. And then later Torchlight 2 came out, and my dad and I have a lot of fun going through that, talking strategy, and having all sorts of fun with that. So when you hear that a Torchlight 3 released last year, you would think, hey, you'd really like this. You're going to have fun reviewing this, aren't you? Well, I am going to have fun reviewing it, but the game's a resounding meh for me. I'm just going to say that right now. And because of that, I'm thinking, this is something I'm really invested in. I am really disappointed by how this game turned out. And to be fair, it's not entirely the developer's fault, because originally it was slated to be an MMO they had been kicking around even before Torchlight 2 released. So I don't necessarily blame the development team or the circumstances for why it turned out the way it did. But the problem is that after a while they decided to pivot back to being a traditional Diablo-style game. And somewhere along the way, a lot went wrong. That's the short version. So that's what I'm planning on releasing after the next Halo video. So my working title right now is Torchlight 3: A Tragic Disappointment. So we'll see whether it ends up being a good idea or not, but because it's something that I care about a lot, I'm going to be doing a more passionate presentation style. I don't know whether it'll work. I don't know how well it'll mesh with what else I've done here, and there's a lot of unknowns with respect to this, so this is very much an experiment. It's probably not a good idea to even mention it just in case it ends up getting thrown to the wayside, because that's what usually happens with experiments like this, but you know what? May as well mention it anyway, since that it probably will be the thing I work on, and it's going to be the main reason why I haven't gotten much progress in The Witcher 2 or Final Fantasy VII lately, and probably the reason why any progress in KOTOR is going to be stalled, because I need to finish going through the game with... Well, not going through the game. I've set a goal to go through Act 1 with all the classes just to be sure of my opinion, and I'm on class number 3 right now, about to finish Act 1. I've finished the game with the Dusk Mage, which, oh man, that was disappointing. As someone who played a lot of the Ember Mage in Torchlight 2, the Dusk Mage is just, it is such an inferior version. There's a lot to say about that, but I'll save that for the actual review. For now, though, as for... Let's see, is there anything else that needs to be mentioned? Probably not outside of the Star Wars stuff. So, speaking of which, the Knights of the Old Republic retrospective is the thing that you're likely thinking about the most with respect to Star Wars stuff, because that's what I've talked about publicly. And to that end, I'm not sure when that's going to be ready, actually. I told myself that I'd try and have it ready by summer's end, and then I said, you know what, I want to play through this game 3 times. Once to get a handle on it, to remind myself of what it was like back when I played it a bunch as a child. Well, teenager to be more accurate. And then I want to play through it a second time to see the dark side path, because I was always too much of a goody two-shoes to check it out before. And then I'm going to play it a third time where I'm going to experiment with the gameplay by having it auto-level and set up pretty much everything in the back end to see what exactly it thinks I should be going with and whether that's actually viable. And I'll also use it as a chance to see what it's like as a female protagonist, see what kind of crazy dialogue I can get out of Carth instead of Bastila. So, that was my thinking there. The problem is, if I'm going to be talking about 2 other RPGs that I'm going to need to finish up, and with how much I'm going to want to say about KOTOR, I'm not sure even end of the year is really realistic for this. And the problem is, on top of that, is that I really want to be thorough with this. I want to give it the time that it deserves, because this is a game that means a lot to me, and it's a game that means a lot to a lot of other people. So my suspicion is that when I actually sit down and write it out, whether it be the gameplay section, whether it be going scene by scene or planet by planet in the story, which is how I've structured it, the outline thus far, I fully expect that I'm going to run into a similar situation to the Fire Emblem Three Houses script, where I kept playing a little bit, I kept adding to the script, I kept playing a little, I kept adding to the script, and before I knew it, I had a 30,000 word script and a hell of a lot of editing to do. And then there's just months on the channel where it's nothing but the occasional live stream, and then suddenly out of nowhere, 2.5 hour video. I'm worried that that might be what ends up happening. And if that does happen, that'll likely mean is that it's something that I could only feasibly do either alongside the Halo review series, which means literally everything else would get pushed to the wayside, or something that would take place after the Halo review series. In other words, it would become the long-term project. I wouldn't mind if that happened, because this is a really fun game and I look forward to dissecting it thoroughly, but this could very well spiral rapidly out of control. And it is absolutely worth it, as far as I can tell, given what I've just played back through, but it's gonna take so long to get through. I'm gonna enjoy every second of it. So, to that end, to try and tide you over in the meantime, I've got something else in mind with respect to Star Wars. For those of you who subscribe because of my Rebels retrospective and haven't skipped out because of all the video game talk, there's a show called The Bad Batch that's been airing lately for Star Wars. And I have been watching it. I have been recording my reaction alongside my brother. So it's been an interesting show to watch, because it's a hallmark of some of the problems that Disney Star Wars has right now, but comparatively speaking, it's not as bad as it has been lately. And I know that's damnation by faint praise, but I'm curious as to how exactly it'll hold up when I put this under a microscope as well. However, because I would want to put it under a microscope to see, okay, how does this really compare when you look at it from an internal consistency standpoint, and when you dissect each scene, and when you look at the characterization, because it has some of the same problems as The Mandalorian Season 2, where it's become guest star of the week. The only difference is that, unlike with The Mandalorian, it doesn't seem as if the main cast is actually being overshadowed by the guest stars. There seem to be proper cameos this time, instead of, hey, remember this character? Well, you're going to be stuck with them, and they're going to overshadow The Mandalorian in his own damn show. So luckily, that doesn't seem to be the case this time, though I am curious as to whether the narrative will still hold up upon further inspection. Because looking at The Mandalorian again, and there's certainly problems with that. So to be fair, some of the problems with that are more so problems with the entire franchise in general. So am I really one to talk about that given this kind of stuff I've praised in the past, and especially given my Rebels video? I mean, I do not know how I would approach that video if I were doing it again. If I were using my current method, I suspect I would have a far more negative opinion on that series if I were to go back through it. I don't know, that might be worth exploring at some point, but I've got so much else on the docket, I'd have to basically drop everything to do that too. I've got way too many things I want to do as long-term projects. That's the short version. But in order to tide you over for when I inevitably find time to either talk about the Bad Batch, or until I eventually am able to talk about KOTOR, what I'm thinking I'll do is that now that I don't have anything that I'm streaming on Saturday nights, and probably won't be able to stream for the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be either out of town or busy with work, what I think I'm going to do is, now that I have finished this game and don't have to worry about streaming it on Saturday nights, I'm thinking what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to start streaming Republic Commando, and I'm going to review that as a Through the Looking Glass video. And to that end, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to remember when exactly that would fall. The only problem is that I'm talking about a FPS series at length right now, but so I'm thinking what I would do for that is probably put the video out in September, hence why there's a 3-month gap between the Halo Reach and Halo 4 videos relative to Halo 3 and Halo Reach. So my thinking is that talk about Halo Reach on August, September we talk about Republic Commando, and then I can talk about one of the RPGs on the docket, then finish up the gameplay portion of the Halo review series, and then talk about the other RPG once that we find time. That's my thinking there. So, as for other Star Wars content, that's probably going to be all on my main channel. The only other stuff that might be worth mentioning is what may show up on the second channel. Because I did mention that I am recording our reactions to it, and I don't know how entertaining said reactions are going to be, as I don't put a lot of stock in it, unless there's a substantial amount of editing or interesting commentary throughout. I have a very low opinion of reaction content, because to me, it really feels like lazy content. It's just, oh, you sit in front of something and then you occasionally say something. And there are a lot of people who can get away with doing, well, with saying very little apart from giving these very slightest of expressions and on a small webcam off to the side when the rest of the video is playing. And then I have no qualms saying, you know, the copyright system is borked on YouTube, but sometimes it actually does know what it's talking about. That's all I'll say about that. So, in order to try and justify doing it, I've experimented a little bit with that, seeing if I can cut it down into an interesting manner with the commentary that my brother and I offered. And it seems like there are a lot of portions where we did have a lot to say, and the problem is right now is that I'm running into cases where, if I were to do this, how much context do I cut out? Because the problem is that oftentimes they'll say something, or there'll be a long-winded description, and then I'll say something, inquiring about a specific portion. So, I don't know. I'm still mulling over how exactly I want to approach it. My brother, on the other hand, since he's starting out, has far lower standards than me. So even if nothing shows up on my second channel, what I'm working on for that will likely end up showing up on my brother's, either his BitChute channel, or heck, I can maybe, depending on the circumstances, he might be able to get away with putting it up on YouTube. Or Odyssey, for that matter. But either way, I'm still debating about that, especially since, well, we did record our webcams, and I'm still debating how exactly that would work as well, because I have not shown my face because, well, I've said spicy things. I don't know if it would be wise to put my face out there, but I don't know. I'm still debating about that. So it's possible that you might see reactions on either my second channel or one of my brother's channels, but that's going to be quite a ways away still, because in order to ensure that the second channel doesn't distract too much from the main, I effectively had to say, okay, here is this afternoon on this time of the week, on this day of the week, that you are going to dedicate explicitly to this, and you'll also use it as a chance to help your brother figure out what all this video editing stuff is like, because he's still very much a novice regarding this compared to me. So it's been his opportunity to experiment, figure out what's going on, and it's been my opportunity to actually get other stuff done. So Because of that, it's been slow going, and I have no idea when everything's going to be ready. And it's also why you don't see a whole lot of content on my second channel anyway, and why most of the new stuff is focused around live streaming instead, because then I just turn on the webcam, well, not webcam, I turn on the microphone, I turn on OBS, I point it to the right thing, and I'm done. And there's also the live element if anyone ever shows up. So, because of that, well, see how things turn out. But either way, so that's all that can be expected from the main channel for now. So to summarize, the Valkyrie Chronicles video went well. Thank you for all the support on that. The Halo review series will continue. I've got 3 videos left for that. Got 2 RPGs that I need to cover, The Witcher 2 and Final Fantasy VII, that I'd like to tackle before the end of the year. I'm still debating which one to do first, but they will show up towards the end of the year. In order to tide you over for before the KOTOR retrospective, or if I find time to talk about the Bad Batch, I will be talking about Republic Commando, and we'll be streaming it over here on my second channel, Dr. J Unscripted. As for that second channel, I'll just briefly go through that, since that most of you likely aren't too interested. But at the moment, my focus there is on finishing up old Let's Plays that I recorded years ago at this point, but I've never had time to get through. And then apart from that, it's been a matter of live streaming. So every Friday has been an opportunity to spend time with my brother outside of our usual project backlog, where it's been currently alternating between a completionist playthrough of Orcs Must Die 2, which has been a lot of fun for both of us, and alternating between that and games of X-Wing Miniatures, where I have been very successful at kicking his butt, because I've been very lucky the last 3 games. Honestly, I fully expect him to win the next one, based on what I'm planning on throwing at him, because I've been way too lucky with the last 2 games. There's no way he's not going to kick my butt. His luck is way too good, usually, to not kick my butt, though, to be fair, given his game today, maybe that's not necessarily true. Either way, that's all. And then, apart from that, Saturday starting on... When am I going to be available? Let's see. Well, the 12th I'm going to be out of town. The 19th I've got special work obligations. So I guess the 26th we'll be starting a playthrough of Republic Commando on Saturdays. After that's done, I should be able to do that for Through the Looking Glass review. It's slated currently for September. And I don't know, I might shake up the order a little bit. I might delay Reach a little bit to buy me more time to finish up the script for that, but we'll see how things turn out. But either way, once the Republic Commando is finished, that will go back to being the usual live stream that I use for backlog clearing. Mostly for stuff that I'm not... Well, actually, no, I don't see the need to do The Witcher 2 or Final Fantasy VII on that, because I've actually gone through both games once. I just want to go through again to either try out different story branches or remind myself of a few key moments. But, be that as it may, I probably won't worry about those 2, so I may start XCOM Enemy Unknown back up, because my friend kept poking me about starting that, but then I realized, I've got a lot that I need to worry about this year. I should probably drop one of my backlog live streams, because I used to be doing 1 backlog live stream and then the KOTOR live streams as well, and that, on top of what my brother wanted to do, was starting to get too much. So, either way, that's all from me. Yeah, there's a lot going on and a lot to worry about for me, so it's definitely going to be a busy year. I'm looking forward to it. And with any luck, the KOTOR stuff won't be too terribly delayed. Now that I've gotten this far, I should be able to make good progress on the script for that. And here's hoping that it doesn't balloon too much out of proportion. Though, to be fair, with how much fun this game is, with how interesting it is to talk about the story and whatnot, and with how well regarded it is, I'd be crazy not to talk about it at length. So, I guess we'll see how far at length we'll go, whether I'll just do another half-hour to an hour video, or whether I'll go full mauler. We'll see. Either way, thank you all for watching. I hope that the live streams I did for KOTOR have been entertaining. So for now, thank you all for watching once again, and I'll see you